Hi everyone! It's been a while, right? I have a new hair color. Do you see it? Oh, it shows up kind of purple. Yep. Silver. I really like it. I might go a little bit lighter. We'll see in a couple months. Today actually I wanted to share with everyone how I create Taekwondo dance. Because I get this question a lot. People always ask me how I create Taekwondo dance, so I'm gonna kind of go through the process and show everyone how I do that. Let's get started! Okay, so first question that people always ask me whenever I am doing this, they always ask, what kind of music can I do Taekwondo dance to? Taekwondo Chejo, Taekwondo Shibon, whatever you would like to call it. I consider them all pretty much the same thing. I know they're technically different. Taekwondo dance has more choreography, more dance in it. Chejo is more, I think it translates to aerobics in English, but I consider it to be the same thing. I think it's technically different, but I consider it to be the same. Anyways, if you know what it translates to in English, you can let me know, because as far as I know, Chejo is aerobics. But whenever I see like Taekwondo Chejo at Shihap, like the competitions, Taekwondo competitions, it's always Taekwondo dance. Like I consider it Taekwondo dance, but anyways, you can leave a comment below about what you feel about, how you feel about that. Anyways, going back to the question, what kind of music can you use? You can use any music that you want, okay? So typically I like to use K-pop just because my dance style is heavily influenced by K-pop, and a lot of the reason that I started Taekwondo was because of K-Tigers, which was the video that I watched was Taekwondo dance K-pop cover. So I'm heavily influenced by K-Tigers and K-pop dance as well. Usually I like to pick songs based on concepts that I want. Especially recently, I've been really trying to create more of a concept and a story when I create Taekwondo dance. I want to create something that's more artistic and not just Taekwondo moves to music. I kind of want to perform it differently than form, if that makes sense. Like I don't want it to be like freestyle pumse. I want it to be more like a dance performance. So I try to pick songs based on the concept. I also consider who is performing the choreography and who's watching it as well. It's really important that you know who your audience is when you're creating these, and it's important to know who's performing it in terms of like who's on your team, and if you're performing it solo, it makes a huge difference. For example, for my YouTube page, I pick songs that I like, and I have a lot more freedom with the songs that I pick just because it's me by myself. The only downside is that I can't do a lot of like formation changes, and I'm limited to my abilities. So for example, my strength is not jumping techniques or like the fancy, like I can't do 540 or volley kick or any of those fancy techniques. My strength is more like strength and balance. So that's why a lot of times in my covers you'll see me do like holding a roundhouse kick or like High kick is my specialty, so you'll see me do a lot of like high side kick just because that is what I am good at, and I try to show my strength as best I can. When I pick songs for our demo team, I try to pick songs that will get the crowd going. To be honest, like I'm really big on trying to give energy to get energy, if that makes sense. So I try to pick songs that when we perform them, the audience can feel something, and if the audience is responding really well and to the point where like you can't even hear the music, that's kind of my goal, is like I want the audience to get so much energy that they have to like return it back to us, if that makes sense. Yeah, I try to pick songs that everybody knows, but sometimes I want to just do whatever I want. And that's what happens. I think last year we did Gashina by Sunmi, and not a lot of them knew that song because it was a K-pop song, but because of the energy and the choreography and how it was put together, that was probably my favorite performance that I've done with our team, just because the crowd got so into it. They didn't know any of the words, they didn't know the song, but the crowd got so into it that like you couldn't even hear the music. It was so loud. And really, that's something that is what I want to do. I want to share my passion with others so that they feel something. I think that's really important in any performance. Like I said, going back to what kind of music, I always try to mix it up as much as I can. It really depends on the kind of performance that I want to do. And I do think a lot about my strengths and weaknesses, my team's strengths and weaknesses, and how I can showcase that as best as possible with the music that I choose. So how I choreograph is basically, if I am using a K-pop song, I will use the original choreography. And actually a lot of groups these days are kind of sprinkling in like Taekwondo moves here and there. So for example, NCT is like the first one that comes to my mind, just because that's one of the only groups I actually follow. But they had a comeback, Neo Zone. It was called Neo Zone this year, and the concept was like a fighter concept. In their choreography, they actually did sidekick, and they did turning behind, jumping roundhouse kick, and spinning kick in their like stage performances, which was really nice to see as a Taekwondoist myself. It's cool to see like idols doing that, because I feel like, oh my gosh, they're representing us. They're representing us. Anyways, I try to keep the original choreography, and I add Taekwondo moves here and there. So, for example, in the Superhuman cover that I did last time, there's this move that they do where they, hold on one second. There's this move, hold on one second. I was gonna try and stand up and show you, oops. I was gonna try and show you what it looks like, but I realized that I didn't need to stand up and show you how it goes. So anyways, in the Superhuman choreography, they do this move that's like turning behind, jumping roundhouse kick without the kick. And basically when I did it my cover, I added the kick because it was already halfway there. Basically, yeah, I try to keep it to the original and just like sprinkle in here and there, and yeah, Some dances are a little bit harder to sprinkle it in and add it in. Because I want to try to keep the vibe the same and the energy the same as the original choreography, but sometimes the original choreography with Taekwondo, it just doesn't match. So I'll change the choreography here and there to make it fit better. If I do like K-pop songs, sometimes I'll change the choreography. But if it's not a K-pop song, I create the choreography myself. And I try to do more Taekwondo moves if it's for our demo team. Since our demo team is Taekwondo is the main focus. It has to be the main focus. So I will do more Taekwondo moves and less dance. If we do like showcases and those type of events where it's not like timed and it's not judged, then I try to create like Taekwondo more dance if there's members on our team that are good at dancing and like dancing, then I try to add that in there. It's usually, I like to create more dance-centered pieces, but again, it kind of depends on the team and it depends on the event that we are performing at. It's just kind of depends. I guess it's just kind of case by case, depends. Going back to how I actually make the choreography. So we have around 45 basic blocks and we have around 3 basic stances and 5 basic kicks. And there's like a lot of variations of the basics. So that's why I just say around that many. So what I basically do is after I pick the song and after I kind of pick the concept or story that I want to go with, I will I'll just like string together combos that match with the music. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to show you how I actually would do this. Okay, so I'm gonna use the song 90s Love by NCT for an example. You can listen to the intro part. I'm gonna do the intro with their original choreography mixed with Taekwondo. So yeah, this is how it sounds. So up to there, I'm gonna do TaeKwonDo Dance. So like I said before, typically I'll string together techniques and put it to the beat. So for example, this song, it goes bam ba bam bam ba bam 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 ba bam bam ba bam bam. So you can use kicks if you want. You can use hand techniques. I'll do both and show you. So if I was doing this as like a solo, I guess, if I was doing it for YouTube, it's just myself, so I can use my strings. So for example, the first beat, it goes bam ba bam bam ba bam bam. So we can do the basic one that I always do is punch and then like punch outer body block and punch outer body block. We could do something super simple like this to the beat. So it would be bam ba bam bam ba bam bam. And then you could do kicks. Bam ba bam bam ba bam bam. Something like this. And then you can do the original choreography, create your own, add it into that. So basically if I was to add it to music, it would be like this. before, you can basically just, I'll show you that you can just basically reuse that same base or like skeleton of those combos, and you can put it to any music really. Yeah, so here we go.
Ooh, don't we look good together? There's a reason why they watch all night long. Ooh, yeah, I know we'll turn heads forever. So tonight I'm gonna show you off. When I'm walking with you, I watch the whole room change. Then that's what you do. My baby don't play. Blame it on my confidence. Oh, blame it on your measurements. Shut the shit down on sight. That's right. I get tripping in this. It don't make no sense. I get tripping in this. You know it, you know it. I get tripping in this. It don't make no sense. I get tripping in this.
So you can basically just do like that. Yeah. Okay. So that's all I have for today. So basically, if I make it as condensed as possible, because I know this video was kind of long, but if I make it as condensed as possible, you're gonna want to pick a song based on either the concept, the singer that you like, or the beat, and then you're going to, if you use a K-pop song, you can either use the original choreography or you can make your own and add Taekwondo blocks, punches, kicks, and like sprinkle them in here and there. Basically how you do it. Yeah. So I know this video was kind of long, but this is kind of hard to explain very simply how I do it, because it's a process. It's not like, well, I just made it. It's a process. So yeah. Anyways, if you are a Taekwondo dancer yourself, you can say hi in the comments. I'd love to meet other people that have similar thoughts or similar passion, similar views as I do. I'd also, you can share this with other Taekwondo professionals that maybe struggle or want to try Taekwondo dance, but they don't know how to start. I've had people ask me that before, like, oh, I've never done it before, how do I make it? And so this video is for them, that will help them. If you want to try that combo that I just made too, feel free to try it, and you can kind of put your own spin on it and put it on Instagram, tag me on Instagram, or put it on TikTok, tag me in TikTok, It'd be fun to see what other people kind of come up with. Yeah. Also, last thing before I say bye, like to this video, not to YouTube, but like the last thing I wanted to say was I'm going to be doing a Q&A next video. So if you have questions for me, and it can be about anything, it doesn't have to be about Taekwondo, you can leave it in the comments below and I will answer them. Yeah. So I guess that's everything, and I'll see you next time. Bye.